Kensington, Philadelphia, hotbed for poverty, crime, and drugs. One of Philly's most dangerous and notorious communities, with so much holding the young men of this neighborhood down. It's often hard to escape the urban jungle around them. But one man, in his vision of Friday Night Lights under the L, has given the kids of Kensington a new chance to succeed, to rise above their doubters. This is Rise of the Tigers.
The first thing that comes to mind when you say family is just going forever. Like you don't ever let your family go. Always stand behind them.
Family is pretty much everything, because all I do is around my family all the time, constantly. So pretty much they're always there for me. So it's everything that has to do with me is my family.
Everybody needs family in their life. Family, they're the only ones that's there for you most of the time when you're feeling down or anything.
So family is like someone that you went through, you can trust, technically love them.
And that's one of the things that many people don't realize about our community, how close our families are and how close our neighborhood is. You know, we may have a lot of problems in our communities, but there's a whole network of people working together to try to make it better.
Family is perhaps the most important part of a community, and something that the Kensington football team greatly appreciates, cherishes, and admires.
There's been a few parents that have really got involved and really been crucial in helping us maintain and do what we do. And that's what it takes. You know, it's not just me. You know, there's so many people involved in this whole football thing that, you know, it's a football program. You know, so it's going to take more families to get involved.
Two families permitted our cameras into their homes, giving us an inside look at the relationships that Kensington High School football players come back to every day. We followed sophomore kicker Lou Gonzalez home from Kensington International Business and met his parents, Nilda Negron and Luis Gonzalez. We also meet Janet Farrell, mother of sophomore lineman Antonio Sanchez, who is the epitome of Teen Mom. They offer a unique perspective on what Kensington football is all about.
Damn right, pouring, feeling like it was storming. Cold nights, long days, none of these hoes was calling. Got a little bit of buzz and we're no longer foreign. If you hate, do you like James? I'm still scoring. Now they hit me up, oh yeah, you rapping now. But here's some beats from my SoundCloud. But me, I'm just adding to my craft. Trying to give advice like crack it is whack. Keep your prints over strap. Keep your eye on everyone, cause your back they will stab. Don't ever wipe that chick with no brains but a big old ass. And once again, crack it is whack. Just live life and fuck statistics, cause everyone's gifted. And you don't gotta get high if you're trying to get lifted. But these days, it's hard to resist it.
Getting lifted, dreams of being gifted. Daydreaming really, cause my dream can close a vision. I try to talk to real, I just really hope to listen. Got a bright future in line, I'm just trying to make it decent. And I'll never lose myself, trying to gain the fame. Hard work, taking places.
I'm a carpool mom, so most of the players come here and I drive them all to the football game and whatnot, or to the practices and stuff like that. I'm always excited to drop them off or whatnot. Seeing all the football, his peers, his friends that are also in the football team, they have their uniform on, and him coming down the steps with his uniform. It's exciting to me to be a football mom.
It felt good, like have my son a part of that, you know what I mean? Keeps him off the streets, you know what I mean, focused. I like that. No, we always been supportive to our son, like real close. But this, I guess, brought us more closer, you know what I mean? Support him in his games and want to be a part of it. You know, as long as he's happy, we're happy. And he's doing good and he asks us for anything, why not give it to him? Straight A student, he goes to school, his games, he's always in the house, you know what I mean?
Louis is one he's not
people person.
Yeah, he's more quiet to himself or whatnot. Once he get out of school, he comes home. He goes upstairs, turn on his game, and start playing his game. And he's not a type of kid that always be out in the street and stuff like that. So he's always quiet. So football gave him a sense of being out there, you know, and having his football friends, and give him that sense of playing and be excited about it, you know. And it's just a joy to have him playing football, you know, because it's a different change. He's actually the oldest out of 4. He has 2 sisters and a brother also, but he's the oldest. So the relationship I have with him is strong because he has to show his brothers and sisters the right path. So I'm always looking forward that Lewis be smart enough, you know, and I teach him everything that he needs to know, because his brothers and sisters look up after him. So our relationship is close. I love him, he loves me. We play together, we play video games, you know. We have a great relationship.
Like as we said, whenever he asks us for anything, we give it to him. Like, we can't say no. It just came out Black Ops 2, and we just gave it to him, like, you know, just to keep him off the streets and away from, you know what I mean, keep him on a positive track, you know what I mean. We can't ask no more from him. He's way more than blew our expectations. Good kid.
I'm more than proud of my son Lewis, because has done everything and more than my expectations of him. He has gone beyond, you know. And as a parent, who could ask for any more when they have good grades, you know? He has good friends around him. He loves the family. Like, he's doing good in school. Like, everything. Like, who could ask for anything more? He don't be in trouble, never in trouble. Quiet kid, laid back. I can't ask for nothing more than this. You know, love him. I'm more than proud of Lewis.
Okay, my name's Janet Farreau. I'm a school police officer for the school district for about 18 years or so, 19 years. My son plays for the Kensington Tigers. My family means everything to me. They're top. Whatever's going on, they're number one. There's 30-some kids on the team. Every one of them is family. Coach Erb can't do everything himself, so he needs support. And a lot of the kids, you know, sometimes they don't have money for mouthpieces. They're not that expensive, you know. If I can take the load off of them by doing paperwork, doing errands, helping out with cooking, when they do fundraisers and food, then I'm there. Antonio used to play for the Frankfurt Chargers a couple years back, and I almost didn't let him play for them because I was concerned about the injuries.
It is during times of duress that these bonds are tested. Recently, the Tigers had to deal with just such an extreme.
The draw was we had to run through the ropes that we have, the thing. And then we had to go in a straight line and then cut in. And when we cut in, the other person had to come in and tackle us. I heard a pop and just rolled over and laid on the ground. I was like, nah, it's so good. It's cool. I'm gonna be able to stand up. Tried to stand up, couldn't do it. And so I just laid on my back. I see my mom coming over on the field. I was like, God, I'm in trouble. I got hurt. I'm in trouble. My mom looks at me. She's like, "So can you make your leg any more straight?" I was like, "Isn't it straight already?" And I looked up, and my whole calf was like pointed out, and I was like, that's bad. That's not good at all."
Well, they say his prognosis is good. He has to go through physical therapy. The cast will probably stay on for about 12 weeks. He has an appointment just before Christmas. They may take the cast off then and possibly put a stabilizer on, so that way he can start physical therapy. But it's going to take a while, but we're up for it.
I feel like it's just going to be easy once I get this cast off. But for the time being, it's annoying. Because I can't do nothing. It's extremely annoying for me to try and go to sleep because I can't get comfortable in any way. When I'm at school, it's hard to do anything. I could barely sit in any of the chairs at school.
My only concern was when they said they were going to, their main concern was the growth plate because the break was so close to it. There's a possibility that if it doesn't heal, it won't grow at the same rate as the other.
What's that possibility?
50-50.
How would you feel if your injury meant that you can never play football again?
Be pretty devastated. Because I love football. It's like, it's one of the things that's keeping me out of trouble, keeping me alive, pushing me to do better.
So what would it be without it?
It'd be pretty horrible. It's just, I don't know what I would do without football.
When I walked onto the field and saw that his foot was going one way, his knee was going the other, it was hard. But of course, you have to keep together, and we pulled together as a team and picked him up, took him to the hospital, and now he's on the road to recovery.
We want to push family in the sense that I want these kids to feel that it's bigger than just football. And since we do spend so much time together, starting in mid-May with spring practice, and the guys work out together during the summertime, and then I come up in August, and we spend a lot of time together. So these guys need to know that when there is a problem, that there are coaches and other teammates that do care about them, and there's a support system here for them. So I think that's very important that these guys have these connections, that not only will last in the next couple months or years, but for hopefully a lifetime.
If a football team is the way it's supposed to be, you guys are spending every day together. You're with each other, bleeding and sweating, getting dirty, fighting for each other, and you just develop a bond. You get close, and then it comes to more than a football field. If one of your teammates is about to get to a fight, to get into a fight, you're right there, because that's it, and you don't even think about it, because they kind of become family.
Depending on each other is what you do in family, and since they're on our same football team, we each got to depend on each other to do our own job. So I really do consider that as becoming family.
It's like you gotta depend on each other. To like, say if you're at home, you depend on your mother to bring, like, to do her part, like is cooking and cleaning. Well, like on the football, we'll depend like on the quarterback to get the passes out and get a touchdown. And it's like comparing our mother to cooking and cleaning and feeding us is like the touchdown. Like a roof over our head, food on the table, money for the bills, clothes on our backs. It compares to like the quarterback getting touchdowns every time.
Every day I'm out there, I feel like I can trust them more than like regular people. Like people I see every day, I don't like see them as anyone I can like trust. But them, I just don't know. They feel like more family.
You gotta know how to work together as a team and a family. Like, coach is even always telling us, like, if there's an argument, just focus on the next play. Just squash it right there and focus on what you have to do to still work together. Like, even during games sometimes you'll see it. It's like, we'll be doing great and then something bad will happen and we'll all just start to fall apart. And then there's people on the team that are always trying to bring us back up. And it's like, instead of fighting each other, we should be working harder to actually do what we gotta do.
They're kind of like a bunch of brothers. They're just a bunch of brothers. That's it. And coach is like an uncle or something. Like a really loud uncle.
Hip-hop, that is. Eat these beats, no fashion while I stand out on my fashion. Keep my exes steady gassing when I pave the way for my conglomerate. Every game we conquer shit. Whatever we haven't achieved, believe we gonna accomplish it. Haters made it diss something, but now they going bonkers, bitch. So who time it is?
The error is whack, then Osama's black. If the error is trash, then all these strippers got class. I ain't got the biggest chest and some rock hard ass, but you talk about the team, I might just throw a couple jabs.